I'm Wade Barris from the Canadian alternative outlaw rock band Parliament of Owls, and this is another one of my top fives. So, top five today is my top five favorite soundtrack albums. So, in a movie, the soundtrack that goes with it. And feel free to list in the comments if you want what your favorite soundtrack is. Any ones that I'm missing that should be completely obvious. I don't know. So, in no particular order, my favorite soundtrack albums are. Number one would be The Crow. What a good movie. What a tragic movie. What a good soundtrack. It had, I think, Big Empty by STP. Nine Inch Nails song. Had all sorts of good things. I think Rage Against the Machine. It was awesome, awesome album. Back whenever it seemed like in those, like, I think it was like late 90s, I think. Mid to late 90s, that everything that was kind of coming out that was kind of in that rock, grunge kind of era, if you want to call it that, was a hit, including all the soundtracks. And I think a lot of the soundtracks that I'm going to list are probably from that area. But yes, The Crow, the first Crow, not the one that just came out that is borderline unwatchable, but the one with Brandon Lee, who was tragically killed on set. What a way to go, right? Number two, my number two favorite soundtrack would be, I think, Judgment Night, which was a movie starring Cuba Gooding Jr. before he did Snow Dogs and the O.J. Simpson movie, and Emilio Estevez when he was red hot. I don't know if this was before or after Mighty Ducks. But it seems like he was in everything, and I don't really get it. I give him credit for being an actor and having the longevity that he's had, but I just don't get it with Emilio. It just never really did anything for me. Especially he tries to act like all tough, and I don't know, just don't get it. Just want to shush him, say, calm down, don't be so angry, just be nice. But anyways, and it also had Dennis Leary, who was awesome. He had that hit song Asshole, and everybody loved it. And whenever you're like 13, you just wanted to play that and learn all the lyrics to annoy people. Why? I don't know why. But it had like kind of mashups of kind of like rap and like kind of metal type of thing. Had an awesome song by Helmet and Biohazard, I believe, and I think Onyx and Cypress Hill were on that. It was kind of dark and mean and gritty, but that's what the movie was like too. The movie I've rewatched a couple weeks ago, and I think it still kind of holds up. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. Jeremy Piven was in it too, and he's a huge star. He always plays kind of Weasley guys, I think, and he does it really well. He's a good actor. So that was Judgment Night. I always want to call it Judgment Day, but that's Terminator, which I think was also a good soundtrack, right? Number three, of course, Who Made Who. I think this one is super, super good. Think it's like a mix of like other AC/DC albums, so I don't think they wrote it for the Maximum Overdrive movie, but that was the soundtrack for it. And I've recently rewatched the Maximum Overdrive movie, and it's kind of garbage. Who's starring in it? Take a guess. Emilio Estevez. He was the star. He was a rough outsider that I guess has knowledge of guns, and he was military or something like that, but I don't really believe it. But it's a fun movie, I guess. I always wish that I saw the transport trucks with like the big evil goblin head going down the highway. But I guess that would cost a fortune, and it would be probably terrible on gas. If you're a trucker, you probably wouldn't like that. So yes, Who Made Who? But it was the songs from the movie Maximum Overdrive. Number four would be what was that? Ben Affleck and that guy that drives a Lincoln. What? Dazed and Confused. Why? My memory is terrible, but Dazed and Confused. I used to have a 1971 Pontiac Le Mans Sport convertible that was in our family, and I used to drive around and just play all the songs from Dazed and Confused and just pretend I was in the movie. And it was super fun. And a lot of people thought I wasn't cool, but I thought I was really cool. And I just play like Sweet Emotions all the time by Aerosmith. Such a fun movie. Awesome cars. And what a great time to be alive, I think, back then, right? Everything was just so free and easy. Nobody really gave a shit about anything. But yes, that was Dazed and Confused. Awesome soundtrack. And number five, the fifth, and this in no particular order, but number five for movie soundtracks, in my opinion, was Last Action Hero. The movie was garbage. I also went and rewatched the movie, and it was terrible. It's an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, but the soundtrack I loved. It had I think was it Angry Again? Was it Angry Again? By Megadeth and Big Guns by AC/DC, which for like a while, like on my like time to get up playlist, I'd always start with Big Guns because it's just awesome, awesome song, awesome riff. And Poison My Eyes by Anthrax. I'm a huge Anthrax fan of that era, not the Joey Belladonna era, but the John Bush era. And that was like the first time I heard Anthrax. I thought, wow, this is so cool. And it was, and it still is, and it's a good song. You should listen to it. So that is my top five favorite soundtracks for movies. Like I said, feel free to comment on what your favorite soundtracks are, and tell me how many that you would agree with and how many you would disagree with. Bye for now.